Hi guys, and welcome to this week's weekly forecast. So last week I pointed out a few criteria that you need to be aware of, the criteria that support a bullish dollar, and most of those listed criteria were respected with price action last week. We eventually saw dollar taking off from that monthly bullish order block that we highlighted way back in the last few weeks of November, if I'm not mistaken. So with that said, this week's edition, or this week's market outlook, we're still going with a strong dollar. Dollar is going to be bullish from my point of view in the coming week. The momentum is way to the upside, meaning we've got what? Buy side liquidity being offered on dollar index, market moving to the upside. So if you didn't watch last week's market outlook, the one I posted on Sunday, don't watch this one first. Go back and watch that video and then continue to watch this one. With that said, let's get into it. And straight away, I'm sure you've noticed that now whenever I highlight levels on my chart, there's always one chart which I don't change. Like if I mark my order blocks, my liquidity pools, my fair value gaps, I don't change. All I do is I go to a different time frame, right? So now this is probably a continuation of last week's video. So it's a continuation, and from a monthly point of view, we can see already that dollar is now, it's not yet out of the woods. That's one thing you have to understand. This move to the upside doesn't mean dollar has really turned a page, but as a trader, you need to anticipate that it might be the start of a bull run, right? Meaning this level would have held the buyers here, they would have held price and trade higher. So looking on a monthly chart and continuing marking out the levels that I have to look out for, we can already see market now is trying to close a fair value gap on a monthly chart. January is lifted off. Look at the old low for November. The old low for November, which is coming in at 91.485. That's the old low. We've got an old low of November here. Let me just highlight that quickly. So this is what you have to do. Don't just jump into the market without knowing which levels you are looking at. So that's November's old low, which now gives us this fair value gap. See, the price point between January high and November low. So January high so far, we are looking at the high of January, we are looking at 90.780. 90.780. That's the price which the market closed in at on Friday. There's nothing too fancy about that. It's there for everyone to see. 90.7820. So now this is our monthly fair value gap. You highlight your monthly fair value gap. You see, now you have a point of reference, right? Because already we are expecting the fair value gap to be closed at some point in time, right? We're expecting the fair value gap to close, and when price is closing that fair value gap, it means dollar is what? Strong bullish. It's a bullish dollar, right? When price trades up here, right? Let me just illustrate that. You see, when price trades all the way to November low, that is a what? A bullish dollar. Now, once you've done that, you go back to those points that I pointed out last week, the 6 points to support a strong dollar. They're still valid for this analysis. The technical chart is showing us price is moving to the upside, and now we are already trading above our monthly bullish order block. We are trading above our monthly bullish order block. So if I go to a weekly time frame, now remember I highlighted this bearish order block to say when price comes here, you must look to be a what? A seller. It came back 1, 2 on a weekly time frame. It tested that level 2 times and market traded lower. Now if I go on a daily chart, let me zoom out a bit. Now on a daily chart, you can see we had another test of that weekly level here, and market traded lower to where? Inside our weekly bullish order block, where we eventually found support and market rallied. If you are in the mentorship group, you already know I highlighted this, and I emphasize that people should need to look at EURUSD for short positions, which eventually happened. Market crashed on EURUSD. It fell I think more than 70 pips on Friday alone, and that all came about because of looking at the price action for dollar index. Now let me go back to a weekly chart, zoom in. You can see our fair value gap now. Let me highlight it with a different color shade. So this is our fair value gap, the one we highlighted on a monthly chart. This color doesn't do well. Let's find something which is a bit hard. Let's see. That's our fair value gap on a weekly chart. So I'm expecting price to trade in this range in the coming week. If it's a case that price find resistance where it is, but looking from the previous 2 weeks, right? Looking from this candle 1 and this candle, you can literally see that momentum is to the upside. Market is offering buy side liquidity to the upside. So now when you have seen that, okay, market is showing clear signs that it wants to trade to the upside, how then do you approach your setup, right? You wait for Monday's opening price action. You see, this is where it's critical that you wait for Monday's price action. I'm really not sure, but you might need to check your calendar. Let's do that quickly. Let's check the calendar. Let's check the calendar for tomorrow's news. So Monday, you can see there it's Martin Luther King Junior Day. That means the dollar is on holiday. Yes, it doesn't mean we won't have any price action on the pairs like EURUSD, AUD/USD. There's gonna be price action, but dollar might not open, right? If it opens, there's gonna be little to no volume in the dollar market, right? Because of this holiday here, right? It means the US is on holiday tomorrow. So yeah, we need now to look at USD/JPY, like how the yen is going to trade tomorrow. Yes, it might not be a clear representation of the market because dollar is on holiday. So tomorrow, it's a case of being patient, guys. Yeah, it's best you look at other pairs and everything, but when it comes to the dollar pairs, it's a case of being patient. So tomorrow dollar is on holiday, but the analysis still stayed the same. We're expecting dollar to push to the upside. The moment we get price trading lower in a low volume market, be aware of where the sell stops are, right? And you can find that as you go to a lower time frame. So now, if we're anticipating bullish momentum on dollar, to which price level are we looking at? 1, to close the fair value gap. 2, to this bearish order block here, which is coming in at an old level of demand. Remember, this is a demand which eventually turned into resistance, right? A support level that was broken to the downside. When price comes back there, it's now a resistant level. So I'm expecting price to reach this 92.120 level sometime in the coming month or 1.5 months. I'm expecting price to trade higher. Now let's look at daily time frame and clarify a few things. Now, if you are expecting a bullish dollar, you can see already we've got another consensus there to say price is gonna trade higher. We've got price imbalance there, right? Market gapped to the downside and shoot all the way, and we're getting price coming back again to that level. Now when price fills the fair value gap, you see this candle here on the daily, this up candle here, it's going to offer resistance when market comes back up there. That's why this weekly level here, see, that's our weekly bearish order block. This whole area here, that's our weekly bearish order block. I don't see price just shooting all the way. This level is going to offer us opportunities to short dollar and long EURUSD, right? I'm hoping we are together, and if you're in the group, you already know what we are talking about here. And if you are not, I would suggest try to join the group, and you can also understand what we are talking about, because I can't point out all the facts here on the focused video. So now on the daily, we can clearly see that momentum is strong to the upside. Now on our entry time frame, which is H4, you can see price cleared the buy stops that were above here. Price has cleared those stops, and those stops were for what? A monthly bullish order block, right? The stops were cleared, and the market is pushing to the upside. So you can see our next target in this range is these equal highs here, right? We've got these equal highs up here. Let me just extend this a bit. We've got equal highs where there's buy side liquidity in terms of buy stops. We've got buy stops here, and we also have buy stops above here. So I'm expecting price to reach out for that liquidity And when I say buy stops, the guys in the group, you know already what I mean. I'm not talking of buy stops as in pending orders. No, I'm talking of the liquidity. Like, you have to understand, where is the money, right? Where is the money in the market? When you look at the chart, read the chart, understand where is the liquidity, right? Where does price has to go in order to trigger what? Liquidity. In this case, we've got buy stops up there, and we also have sell stops below here. See, below these two lows, we've got sell stops, but you can see market is offering buy side liquidity, correction, a rally. So if we do get a correction back to our weekly bullish order block, then expect a push to the upside. So that's the main things that you need to be aware of when you look at dollar index in the coming week. Just know that we are leaning to the upside. We'll be hunting for bullish trades on dollar index in the coming week. And one thing to take note, remember, in a bullish market, right, in a weekly bullish order flow, expect the low of the week, as in the trading week, to come in around Tuesday or Wednesday's London and New York session. Expect the low of the week to come in during that time. So now let's quickly go to EURUSD. So if we are long on dollar index, we are going to be hunting for short trades on EURUSD. With that said, I'm already holding a short position here on EURUSD. All right, you can see I shorted EURUSD here right around 1.2128, 1.2147. That's where my short entry is on EURUSD, and I'm hoping to hold that position for a couple of days. If the market allows, I'll be holding the position for a couple of weeks. Why so? Because I'm expecting a strong dollar, right? With a strong dollar, you're gonna get a weak Euro USD. With that said, we've got our last up close candle here, right, which has got a bigger range. So I'm going to highlight this price action here. See those two candles? I'm gonna highlight that price action, right? That price action, we've got our bearish order block, right? This is where we'll be hunting for short trades on euro, and you can see already how January has rejected this level. We also have buy stops above these highs, right? Remember, you don't have to neglect price action, which is quite obvious, right? We've got buy stops above. We've got buy stops above there. So now you see I'm in the process of marking out my EURUSD chart. I've already done this already on another chart, but this is just for illustration so that you guys can also do the same on your platforms. The reason why I marked this price action as my bearish order block, you see here we've got an up close candle here, price traded lower, then we had another up close candle, then price traded lower and closed below the opening price of the last up close candle, right? So that's our bearish order block. When price comes back in here, okay, let me highlight the 50% min threshold, which is coming in right here. So this is our 50% min threshold of bearish OB. So that's of the monthly bearish order block, this level here. And you can see already when price came back to that level, there we go, we had a dip into the order block. The following month, price manipulation, orders being accumulated for this move to the downside eventually. Buy stops cleared, engineering short liquidity. Remember how they engineer short liquidity. They're engineering short liquidity here on dollar index. They engineered long liquidity by clearing out the sell stops. Let's go to dollar index quickly, monthly chart. You can see here the same price action here. We had December low, price violated December low but couldn't hold, trade lower, close above. That's short sell stops cleared and market rally to the upside. Same thing applies on EURUSD. We had December high, right? Market in January rallied through, clear out the buy stops and drop to the downside. So now once you have highlighted this, you already have your price action on a monthly chart intact. Now you also need to highlight an old high, right? We've got, this is an old high on Euro USD. Before we saw this rally, this was a high. You need to highlight this level here. The reason why I'm saying so is because below that there's sell stops. Simple and straightforward. You've got sell stops below this level. So this is what you do, guys, on a Sunday, right? You can do it on a Sunday or Saturday evening and everything. After while I do it, why is it because I do it on Sunday? Because I have to read the COT report first, the commitment of traders report, and it comes out Sunday, I think 11:30 p.m. our time. So by that time I'm not even bothered. I would have already seen my Friday close. So the report I read it Sunday morning. Then after that, then I'll do my analysis. And today, after reading the COT report, the numbers are leaning more to a dollar being bullish. Short trades on dollar are being trimmed. Long positions are being added more. Same applies on Euro USD. Longs are being trimmed. When I say trimmed, I mean it's profit taking season. Those who were long on Euro USD, they're busy closing their positions and adding more short positions. So an old high is going to provide us what? Sell stops. And if you're looking for a higher time frame analysis, this last down candle here becomes your what? Your bullish order block. And now remember, this is a monthly chart. For price to get there, yeah, it's a mission, right? But it can happen. I'm not saying you must neglect that. So this is our bullish order block, but you must just be aware of that price action. So now I've highlighted all the important factors. We also see our old high. Let me just drag it here. The old high in conjunction with the low of January, which is coming in at 1.20743. What is that? What is that? The low is 1.2743. Remember, price differs from broker to broker. What is this range here? You see that range? That's our fair value gap. So that's our monthly fair value gap. Now you should understand why I always emphasize, especially to the new guys that are joining the mentorship, why I always emphasize master what the dollar is doing, right? The moment you master dollar index, right? Yes, it's a lot of things to do. This analysis which I'm doing, guys, it's not just a case of I've only looked at the dollar and voila, I came up with the decision that dollar is bullish. There's a whole bunch of things that you include in that analysis. You have to look at the bond market, the 30-year, 10-year, 5-year notes. You have to look at the 10-year yield, which is strong bullish at the moment, and dollar index. When the 10-year yield rallies, that's where the money is, and institutions, they seek yield, meaning they look for money, meaning dollar is gonna rally, right? So we've got our monthly fair value gap here, which corresponds again with this fair value gap on the monthly chart on dollar. So I'm expecting price to trade lower to this old high here on Euro USD, right? The moment it trades and closes above December's opening price, voila, nothing is gonna stop price going all the way to this bullish order block. You see, that's the reasoning capacity that you need to have. Don't be blind when you go into the market. Remember, you're putting your hard-earned money at risk, and you need to have the odds in your favor 95% of the time. And if you do your analysis and you're wrong, go back and study the chart and try to pinpoint why were you wrong. How come this happened? What contributed to my analysis going the other way round? That's how you can learn. You see? That's how you can learn better understanding of the market. So now, with that said, with the expectation of a dollar of Euro USD falling on a monthly chart, let me go to a weekly chart quickly and see if there's any price action that I need to be aware of. So now you can see we closed clearly below this last down close candle, which is our bullish order block, which we were basing our longs on, and price has closed below. So now I'm expecting this fair value gap to be filled, and when that happens, you see we've got a liquidity void here, market offering buy side liquidity to the upside without looking back. I'm expecting price to trade lower, and my first target to the downside is here. See this down close candle here. So expecting market to trade to that level before we see a bit of support, or all the way to the monthly bullish order block. So right now shorts are ideal on Euro USD. Let's go to a daily. Shorts are ideal on Euro USD with targets around this level here, 1.19400 price point, and long-term targets all the way to 1.1695. You see, those are your long-term targets on Euro USD. So when you look at the chart, when you open your Euro USD chart in the coming week, if you are in the group, don't be bothered about say, okay, no, I think I'm going to be looking for a long position, unless if something happens and changes in the market, which I will highlight on the group to say, guys, take note, this has happened. So our analysis, we might need to be a bit careful. 2 equal lows. Yes, of course, this low is a bit higher, but still it qualifies as a low together with the other one on top, 393. What do we have below there? We've got sell stops. We've got sell stops, which are going to provide a bit of support when price comes down there, right? We've got sell stops below our old high, right? We've got sell stops there. We already cleared these sell stops. Market didn't find support and then it rallied. My short trade is within this range here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. You see, that is my position, which I'm still holding at the moment. 73 pips that I'm holding, and my stop loss just above the consolidation area, which was manipulated to the both sides, upside and downside. You can see here we've got an H4 level H4 level where price was consolidating, then orders were built both sides, to the downside and to the upside. The market crashed. So that's the outlook in regards to EURUSD. I'm still expecting more downside momentum, and on dollar index I'm still expecting more upside momentum. So GBPUSD, I'm not gonna say anything in regards to this, but the fact that we are also going to see price trading lower on GBPUSD and NZDJPY, same thing applies. We are going to trade to the downside. With dollar gaining momentum, NZD is going to be weak. Right, that's why we are shorting NZDJPY. So short trades are ideal on NZDJPY and also on CHFJPY. Dollar gaining momentum, Swiss franc is going to lose a bit of ground, thereby supporting more emphasis to be a short seller on CHFJPY. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. The guys in the mentorship group, NZDJPY, we did a thorough analysis on it. So you've got reference points on it, on where you should be looking to sell NZDJPY. And if you have forgotten, just go back to the charts. You'll see the charts and everything are there and illustrated. And for those that managed to get in at the right time, NZDJPY has already fallen 110 plus pips. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it for this week's forecast, guys. And I do hope you have understood. And for those that have any questions in the group, just message me on Telegram there, and then we can take it from there. That was pretty straightforward, right? What else did I miss? Nothing much really that I have skipped. So yeah, keep an eye on those 10-year yield price. I think it closed at let's just check it quickly. Let's just check where the yield is. Let's check where the yields are trading at. Portfolio, US 10-year yields. They closed on Friday, roughly open high low 1.087. That means they dropped. The yield dropped 1/10 of a pip. Remember, we recently closed above 1 on the real yields. We closed above 1. So now let's see where we are right now. Yes, price found resistance, and I did highlight that here in this price imbalance here. In this price imbalance, the yield could find a resistance and drop to the downside. You can clearly see we've got price imbalance here. So price is not just gonna blast through. But yes, of course, the long-term price point for the real yields, we are looking at about 1.4, 1.6 to this candle here, which is now a level of resistance because it was broken here. So yeah, it's always a good thing to do, that you check how the yield is doing, the 10-year bond yields, because this is where the money is for the institutions. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it, guys. And for those who haven't subscribed to the channel, just click the subscribe button, guys. Your support is greatly appreciated, and you can also share the link with your friends. Let's try to promote that that culture of learning how the market operates, because it's gonna be easier for us to benefit from it. Let's learn how the markets move. Let's learn how the markets are manipulated, right, from an institutional point of view. And if you want to do that, there's no better place to do it than join the mentorship group. I will gladly be in a position to help you as much as I can, right? So if you haven't subscribed, just click the subscription button below, like the video, comment, and I'll respond to all your questions. Or you can send me an email or a Telegram chat. I'll gladly respond. So yeah, that's much about it, guys, and I wish you good luck and happy trading in the coming week. Thank you.